cloud. Let me start off with the two major components or the two major stakeholders both in an education environment and in a training environment. Education environment would include the K-12s, the higher education, the universities, etc. The training services would include most of the organizations who have either a training department or the entire organization basically focuses on providing training. So coming to the first one in terms of the education services, one of the most important changes which will typically happen by moving to the cloud would be it becomes a student-centric model, which essentially means the student becomes one of the most important people in the system who would kind of have the necessary support, the infrastructure to help him progress better in his academic career. The second would be the communication and the collaboration tools. If all the different users who are typically part of the education services can be integrated, some way you can kind of talk to them, you can collaborate with them, it brings in a whole lot of benefits, especially if you look at the alumni who would have passed out. You can have a whole lot of support that can come from alumni. You can have communication with the parents, which makes it an extremely transparent process. A lot of people would appreciate that. And the most important thing would be the management speaking to the faculty, to the students, and vice versa. When you look at a training services organization, one of the most important things that would be there is something called as a better return on investment. The second would be a faster execution of projects. Generally what happens is when you are launching a major project or a training project, one of the major things would be acquiring of hardware, software, and the related infrastructure, which can take a long time occasionally. So the most important thing would be to kind of cut down on this, go to the cloud, be able to immediately try out your project, and look for alternatives if required. The other important thing would be more of avoiding the duplication of efforts. If you can have your content which can be reused, recycled, you can basically put that up on the cloud, which can be used by multiple sets of people. And the most important thing would be the learning or learn at your own pace is something that can actually get included in this. Now coming to something that I'm sure all of you would have heard about, the service models in cloud computing. There are primarily three service models which typically exist in cloud computing, and in an educational or a training environment, these three probably form the core of the service models that are typically used in India. The first one is SaaS, which is basically software as a service. A whole lot of us would have typically already used it. It is a model in which an application is hosted as a service to customers who access it over the internet. Primary advantage or an example would be the email services that will typically be there, like Google, Hotmail, etc. So these are basically the applications are hosted and used over an internet. The second basically would be the PaaS, which is basically platform as a service. In a PaaS, primarily all resources required to build the application services completely from the internet without having to download or install software. So when you're developing an application, whatever is the infrastructure that's required to do that would be available on the cloud. The third primarily would be the IaaS, which is infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure, basically the providers of IaaS offer the computers, which is either physical or a virtual systems, and all the related service resources to the end users, which is generally on a paid model. So these are the three major models which are typically there. In addition, you would also hear terms like platform as a service, networking as a service. So these are the other things which will also be there. Now comes the primary question of